we knew that that voting had started. Now we have the final votes. 55 are in favor of impeaching President Rousseff, so she will not be going back to her office today. There has been a majority of Brazilian senators saying that they are backing impeachment. That vote has now been placed. They just needed a simple majority of 41 senators. We have 55 senators actually saying that they voted for the Rousseff impeachment. This, of course, paves the way for the Vice President, Mr. Temer, to take power. It seems, Alex, we know that, of course, now they have to bring a letter to Madame Rousseff to inform her of the fact, and then she will give a speech a little bit later on. How do you manage the Brazilian economy? Because away from the corruption, away from the scandal, you need some, I guess, economic reforms. And this is what the market is believing, that the next person can't botch it more than President Rousseff.
Yeah, I mean, Rousseff has no credibility, nor does her regime right now. So I guess the good news is we start with expectations that there's going to be a much more responsible kind of leadership on the fiscal side. The issue, though, is Brazil has a deep economic recession, and you can't just turn the dial on that quickly. The hope is that it's kind of around 17 that the central bank will have room to start cutting rates, given that we should see kind of an improving overall story. But I think the most important step has already just been taken.
And what is interesting here, Alex, within Brazil, and it's something I guess we've studied for a bit, our Brendan Greeley really quite good on this, and John Freyer, is this vice president is basically more of the same. If President Rousseff, and then there's an acting president, really within the scandals, the acting president is from the same cloth, isn't he?
Yeah, actually, Tom, it's a very good point. Some of his colleagues are, in fact, I think, under investigation. But the key individual who, as far as I understand, has no kind of questions or clouds around him is the former central bank governor who is expected to be finance minister.
Michael McKee with us as well. Mike, you've been a student of this for many, many months. There's no surprise in this announcement that Ms. Rousseff pushed aside, but it does show the turmoil. I saw it on Twitter yesterday, some Brazilian athlete saying, don't come to Rio for the Olympics. It is a nation in economic
Yesterday,
chaos.
the Harvard Medical School published an article suggesting that the Olympics be canceled in Brazil. Obviously, getting rid of Dilma Rousseff isn't going to solve Brazil's problems. It may bring a little relief to the markets in the short run, but the country still has enormous economic difficulties ahead. And with a Senate and a legislature and a new president who are also tainted, it's going to be very hard to get them out of this.